tight house.
I've been home for 4 minutes. I've packed my bag. I've walked in the door. I've had dinner. And I found out this news this afternoon whilst on the train getting back home. And let me say, now, first off, because I know you're watching, I want to say to the club, I'm not here to bag out Brad Arthur. I'm not here to brag out Brad Arthur. I'm not here to bag out this team. I love this club, okay? That's my first message. What I am here to say is I think this might be a step in the right direction. I do think it's going to get tough, and Parramatta's probably going to go through a rebuild phase. But, you know, first reaction here based off what we've seen, and I have enjoyed Brad's tenure as a coach. He has gotten us out of some dark holes, some big dark times, and turned us into a great club. You know, 5 finals appearances as well in his time. Potentially more, but I'm pretty sure it's 5. And, you know, there are people that will want to bag him out and say, yes, he's gone. Look, I'm not one of those people to say, yes, he's gone at all. I'm one of those people to say, look, I'm glad that Parramatta has made a change that is required. If you've missed and been living under a rock like me for the afternoon, I had my phone turned off. I had my girlfriend message me and I was like, what? Yeah, that's literally how I found out. Brad Arthur has been stood down as the Parramatta Eels coach indefinitely, effective immediately. Trent Barrett will take over for at least the season. There's been discussions with Wayne Bennett now confirmed, but it's been told that he is not coming to the club. So the search for Parramatta, you know, like the Sharks a couple of years ago with their coach situation, it's our turn now. It's been a long time since we've been without a coach as well. So obviously this is a really interesting change, especially going into Teamless Tuesday against this Indigenous round against the Rabbitohs, a side that fired up to get a win sitting at the bottom of the ladder. And then there's a team like us that's slipping down the ladder. We'll have an interim coach. They'll have an interim coach. Ben Hornby versus Trent Barrett on Saturday night. Probably the battle for who gets Wayne Bennett. But no, I think he probably does go to Souths as much as I hate it. But the thing I want to say for Parramatta fans here is that as good as those good times were, and as bad as those bad times were, in recent years, since the 2022 Grand Final, and it's been tough. There's been some very tough times. There's been injuries, let's not forget. There's been scandals. There's been different moments that have summarised why the club is in the position that it's in. But what I want to say is no one got held accountable throughout this time. And I'm talking about players, I'm talking about people in the organisation of the club, which I think there is change coming. And I think that's positive. As I mentioned at the start, I think we are heading into a rebuild direction. And, you know, some people will disagree with it and say this is an awful decision, should have happened at the end of the year, things like that. But I think we could be stepping in the right direction. I think we may lose some players, I do. I know that it seems to be very, very tough for people to swallow that. But I think we're going to see a very different team coming 2025, whoever that coach be. I still think a lot of the players will stick around. Be interesting to see if these player options are true. I don't believe in all these player options, but we will see what happens there. You know, if Lomax, Moses, Gutherson have those clauses that are rumoured, we don't know that. We don't know for sure that's something that will happen. But yeah, you know, as a massive Parramatta fan and someone who creates Parramatta content, I feel like for me right now, I'm putting out this video and kind of stepping back a little bit. Now, I might put out tipping videos. I'll see how I go. I've got the Mariners this weekend. We've got the Sharks next weekend, but we will see, because for me personally, after this video goes out, other than the Talking Para podcast, which will be on Wednesday night, normally on Tuesday night, guys, I feel like I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Now, it's been a tough time, bit going on, so yeah, for me, I'm stepping back, taking a little bit of a break. I will be back, I promise, but right now, this is what I need, and it's crazy that this has come at a day where I was actually already ready to make this announcement. But, you know, it is the tip of the iceberg. There are other changes that need to come. And I think we'll see similar changes than what we're thinking and anticipating and speaking about. Fans have been speaking about this. It's been, you know, spoken with past members of the club have come out and made comments relating to this current situation. So yeah, you know, even if we get a wooden spoon this year, which I actually wouldn't be surprised if we do. We're playing pretty poorly, looking like we don't want to be there in the jersey. I'm hopeful that we don't. I'm hopeful that these boys make the top 8. I believe in them. But yeah, dark times at the moment. I know there is light at the end of that tunnel. But yeah, for me, we'll see how I go. Might get little tipping videos out. Might put some videos up on TikTok as well. But for now, a little bit of a hiatus for Entertain House. Let me know what you think of the comments of Brad Arthur being let go as a Parramatta coach. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think that people are finally being heard? Do you think it's a step in the right direction, wrong direction? Who do you think will take over as the Parramatta coach in 2025? Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll try and get some tipping videos out at some stage for you. But for now, I am going on a bit of a hiatus from vlogging and content like this. I will also get my Queensland Maroons teams up, but as for, you know, game day vlogs, things like that, not right now. So guys, make sure you subscribe and I'll see you guys later.